If you were the head of a company and you were hiring employees, would you have a strategy? Would you just take the first one that came along? I'll be right back to talk some more about that. Hey Halifax, Brenda K here with the Halifax Home Selling Group, and this is the sweet Miss Frankie who spends every day with me. So I'm talking about choosing a realtor today, and it's funny because like I said in the opening, if you were in charge of hiring people for your company, you wouldn't just hire the first one that came along. Yes, maybe you would if they blew you away, but there's certain questions that you have written out that are the type of questions you need that employee or potential employee to answer properly before you're going to hire them, right? Well, really, it's the same thing with a realtor. So here's 10 interviewing questions that are great. And you know what? It's not just selling, it's buyers too, because remember, you are in an agency relationship with a buyer's agent. That's what that agreement is about. Is protecting you under the law, okay? That's what that agreement is about. Now, question number 1, are you full-time in the real estate business? That's a valid question. Listen, I know a lot of people want to be a realtor, and they start out while they're working part-time and they're trying to build a business, and most of the time I don't see them in 2 or 3 years. You want a realtor that's a realtor, okay? You can be in a hot market. You're a buyer, and you're in a hot market, and you got 2 hours to get that offer in. Oh, I'm working down the road at my other job. I can't even answer my phone while I'm working. And I'm not, that is the possibility. Now, that being said, let's add a little spin on that. If you say, are you a full-time realtor? And they say, no, I'm part-time, just trying to work my way into the business. However, I have a full-time agent that I mentor with that is always available to you. Number 2, how many transactions a year do they successfully negotiate? I call it relationships myself because I don't do deals. I build relationships. So how many they do to you? And there's a lot of agents and they'll say, oh, I've been in the business 25 years. Well, that means nothing. I've been in the business 15 years. Maybe she was in the business for 5 years. I could do more than him. She could do more than me. The number of years you're in the business doesn't matter. How many negotiations do you successfully close every year? Number 3, do they mirror your personality? That is super important because there's a thing called the DISC scale, and I'm an I on the DISC scale. I'm like the Lady Gaga of real estate. I love marketing. I have empathy, and I just, want everyone, I want you to be happy, but by God, I'm out there and I'm marketing and I'm aggressive in that. But I'm not a hard-nosed type A personality in your face. So really, if, there's people that I go into and I know I'm not their style, or I know exactly, let's not squirrel, let's not tell any stories. Do they mirror you? How compatible are you? Okay. So even if you're not the same, how compatible are you? How many years have you been around in the business world of business and can understand this? Are you compatible? That really is a big one. Number 4, setting expectations. And what I'm talking about there is setting market expectations. This is what could happen. Buyers could come not pre-approved, or we could get halfway down and this may happen. There's 25 types of turbulence that I have documented that can derail a purchase and sale agreement. Not kidding, 25. And actually, you know what? I'll attach it here below. Yeah. So it's important that your buyers or your sellers understand the expectations. Number 5 is, it's huge. And you need to be able to say what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. There's certain cultures in the world. I remember way back when I was getting educated, we won't even say what year that is, that there are cultures in the world that it is polite to always agree with your business opponent but not mean a word of it. And that is actually true in one part of the world. You can't do that. You need to be able to tell them what they don't want to hear. Hey, and you know what? There's been times where I'm the messenger and they don't like it. And sometimes they've come after me. They're upset. I don't mean after me like mad. I mean, they're upset. They want, you see, this is where empathy comes in, because, you know, I've been in their shoes. I've gone through things where, you know, I've had to be told things that I didn't necessarily want to hear. Number 6, are they on a team? Teams are huge now in real estate. When newer agents or less experienced agents get on a team, they have the head of the team, which is their mentor, which is training them, which is teaching them. Now, it's nice because there's always a backup. There's always a backup. You know, 24/7, no matter what time you call, one of my girls will get back to you. Again, that being said, somebody's not in a team, that doesn't mean anything either, because I know in our company is awesome for mentorship. So if it's a single agent, they have a mentor with a full-time experienced agent. Yes, they have a backup. All right. They have someone to go to for advice. They have someone that can show you the house if they're not in town, or, you know, they've got to be in 2 places at once, which happens quite a bit with realtors. Number 7, what is their marketing strategy? Okay, this one here, I shake my head all the time. I've gone into listing appointments, buyer's appointments, mostly listing appointments, and they say, you all do the same thing. We don't, because your marketing is the most important part. My background is marketing and negotiation. All right. And that's what my job is as a listing agent for you. The marketing, and then once the marketing works, it brings the buyers, the negotiation steps in. So marketing is not just a matter of where do you put your listing? Oh, I put it here and I stick it in social media, and social media is great, but you have to use it just like you did a newspaper years ago. You have to pay for it. You always have to have some skin in the game when you're marketing, right? But the other side of the coin there in that marketing is marketing your brand. What happens when you market your brand? Buyers tune in. Buyers call you. I'm on this channel all the time. You see me here, and I get calls. I get calls from Ontario. I get calls from BC. I get local calls. So that is building the brand, and the brand is attracting buyers. So is my marketing a little bit different? Absolutely. Absolutely. Worked hard at it. Super proud for it too. Number 8, Google the Realtor. I will let you know, if you Google Brenda K, I am not the rock star in England that comes up. Back in the day, when I first got into real estate, the Brenda K, and I Googled myself right away, and there's this rock star in England. She's pretty good too. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to put my marketing skills behind my brand, Brenda K, and one of these days when you Google me, I'm going to beat that rock star. Well, hey, hello, hallelujah. I now have beat the rock star on Google. So Google them. Google their business page. Read their reviews. A Google business page for a realtor, mine's called Halifax Real Estate, you're going to get so much information about the agent. You're going to see how they work. So that's really, really important. So number 9, if it's when you're hiring a listing agent, is to talk about the commission. The commission is not a paycheck that comes in. The commission is the revenue that I bring into my company, and then that supports the systems and models and marketing that I have in place that can get you the type of service, prices, and everything you want in your home selling or home buying. Well, this would be home selling, what you need. So it is the revenue of a real estate company. Number 10, what kind of guarantee do they offer? I'm serious. What kind of guarantee? If you bought anything else, you'd want a guarantee. If a repairman came in and repaired your dishwasher, would you want him to warranty his work? Sure you would. Well, you know what? With a realtor, you should do the same thing. They should have a guarantee in writing that states if they do not carry out their services, their performance, as they have given you in their listing presentation or buying presentation, that you have the right to terminate their services. And that is really, really important. I mean, I make a joke about it. Sometimes I'll say, you can't fire me because your sister got into real estate. But it is very, very important. And I'm not going to lie to you. There's been times where, unfortunately, I had to fire a seller or I've had to fire a buyer. So it works both ways. So if you're hiring a realtor, there's 10 interview questions that are perfect for them. If you find value in my videos, I love doing them, everyone knows that, please hit subscribe. Tune in every week. I'll be here. Check out the video in the corner. This is the Sweet Miss Frankie. I'm Brenda K with the Halifax Home Selling Group. I'll see you next week. Cheers.